1.5 crores. That's how much it's going to cost you if you want to get your hands on this newly launched luxury car from the house of Mercedes. This is Mercedes-Maybach 680 SUV. But before we bring you more features about it, let's get Mr. Santosh Iyer, MD and CEO.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
So much for joining us on CNBC-TV18, sir. Tell us about, if you could take us through the car and tell us about the key specifications and features that truly excite you and something you'd recommend to the audiences.
Well, firstly, Maybach, is a car preferred by the paparazzis. I keep saying because the car is used by celebrities, icons, Bollywood, cricket, and so on and so forth. So the Maybach and the three-pointed star right there itself has an alluring effect on the car. But this is an electric. So for the first time, we have an electric in a Maybach. So this will also therefore sport the green number plate to show more of a sustainable outlook for whomever owns the car. But below this car is, of course, the heart is the batteries. 122 kilowatt hour battery, 600 kilometers plus range, real world range of 550 odd kilometers. So I think that's a quite impressive range for customers. Of course, it's also powerful, 494 kilowatt of power. But the story of the car, apart from the great looks and the size of the car, is in the inside. Again, there are two cabins, I would say, the front cabin. So if somebody really decides to drive the car and enjoy the music, there are 14 speakers, Burmester, surround sound. There are actuators on the speakers in the seats itself. So it gives a complete 4D music experience in the car. Apart from that, there are different Maybach modes, different packages. What we have also done is, this is the quietest cabin available. So there is no car in our portfolio which is more quieter than the EQS SUV. So our customers, again, they want that peace when they commute, when they travel, and that's actually given in the car apart from the driving comfort. But the story is in the rear. The story comes from the seats. So these are first class cabin seats. So we have two configurations. This is now a two-seater in the back. We also have a three-seater in the back. But these seats go all the way up. You can relax, the calf massager. There's a chauffeur package. The moment you press it, like an S-Class, the seats go up and one can actually relax and enjoy the Maybach experience. Lot of bells and whistles in terms of technology, in terms of acoustics, in terms of comfort. But I would urge your viewers to please ask for these cars to come to you, and maybe our sales teams can really take you through this experience of the Maybach electric.
So it's actually like an airplane first class experience at the rear.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. We're talking about the launch of the car. This has come at a time where there's a global slowdown in the electric vehicle segment, but for different reasons. The global slowdown is for a different reason, the India slowdown is for different reasons. So how do you position yourself globally as well as in the Indian market, and how is it different in terms of strategy?
So firstly, the slowdown thing is related to sales, if you see. And when you look at the sales numbers, frankly speaking, electric is an expensive technology. Let's start from there. So, and then it depends on governments to see, are they going for carbon neutrality? Are they really decarbonizing auto? And in places where the government is committed, they are giving subsidies, the electric is able to sell. But what happens because of fiscal reasons, when the subsidies are withdrawn, the sales have a tendency to come up and down. That's a global picture. But coming back to India, I think here, thanks on one side to the high taxes on cars, because we have a 48% GST on a combustion engine car, and we have a around 15 to 20% road tax. But the government here is able to offer a 5% tax on EVs, and many state governments have zero road tax, which means the acquisition cost of an EV is slowly getting closer to combustion engine in India, and that means a great news for customers because their transition to electric mobility doesn't need to come at a premium. This car we launched, as you started saying, 2.25 crores, because we transferred the entire benefit of tax to the customer, so that we want a faster adoption of EVs. So tax combined with a bit of public policy, how sooner you want to decarbonize. There is no other option today apart from EVs for an emission-free mobility. So the policy makers on one side, consumer acceptance on the other, and of course as OEMs, we need to keep exciting the market with multiple products. Fortunately, we have the gasoline, we have the clean diesels, we have hybrids, and we have EVs. So for us, it's a range, but as a responsible corporate citizen, we want to ensure that we drive this transition towards green mobility.
So the goal is to go carbon neutral.
Carbon neutral. Our global goal is 2039. We want to be a carbon neutral company. Now the race is there. How soon we can get in? And of course, the Maybach helps us in different ways, because I think Maybach is driven by thought leaders. It's driven by celebrities. And if they start using EV, then the influence and the trickle down effect, as we say, will also come to the other segments.
Thank you for watching us on CNBC TV18. For all news and updates, subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch us on all social media platforms.